When Alexandra of Denmark arrived in London as the bride of the future king, the entire nation fell under her spell. She had a soft smile, delicate features, and a grace that felt almost unreal, like royalty had stepped straight out of a storybook. Crowds flooded the streets just to see her ride past. Women stared at her gowns in pure envy. Men bowed deeper for her than for any princess before. But what they did not know, what no one knew, was that Alexandra was terrified. She entered a court filled with critics. Every glance judged her. Every gesture carried meaning. Every dress she wore became a headline. And beneath the flawless beauty she showed the world, she carried two deep insecurities: her worsening deafness and a hip injury that permanently changed the way she walked. She feared people would notice. She feared weakness would overshadow her title. So Alexandra did what no one expected. She used fashion as her shield. She began with her gown's long, flowing silhouettes that elongated her body, disguising the stiffness in her leg. Women across Britain copied her instantly. Dressmakers begged her for sketches. Within months, Alexandra's still gowns became the hottest trend in Europe. Then she introduced something new: the tailored royal jacket, a polished, sharp design that blended femininity with power. It made her look confident even when she wasn't. Women loved it. Court rivals feared it. King Edward's mistresses tried to imitate it. But Alexandra always stayed one step ahead. Her greatest fashion weapon came from necessity, not vanity. Because of her hip injury, she developed a slight limp, afraid that nobility would mock her. She adjusted her walk into something gentle and gliding, elegant, controlled. A movement so beautiful that women across London began to imitate it. Fashion writers called it the Alexandra glide. And soon, everyone wanted to walk like her. Even her scarves became iconic. Alexandra often wore high collars and delicate chokers to hide a childhood scar on her neck. Society thought it was a bold new fashion statement. Within a week, every noble woman in London was wearing one. She didn't just dress like a queen. She defined what a queen should look like. But her greatest transformation came through her jewelry. The British royal family already owned some of the finest diamonds in the world, but Alexandra was the first to wear them like armor. She stacked pearls in layers down her chest. She layered diamond chokers, framing her neck in glittering fire. She wore brooches high, making every portrait shimmer. Critics called it excessive. Women called it breathtaking. And jewelers thanked her for making pearls and diamonds explode in popularity. Every time she appeared in public, people held their breath, not to hear her, but to see her. Alexandra turned fashion into power long before social media, magazines, or celebrity culture existed. She was the original influencer, but fashion wasn't her only battlefield. Beauty carried its own secrets. Alexandra developed rheumatic fever as a young woman, which left her face pale and fragile. Instead of hiding, she leaned into softness: rosy cheeks, glowing skin, floral colors. She popularized the English rose look that still defines royal beauty today. She even started trends accidentally. When an illness left a slight redness on her cheeks, women rushed to copy it with homemade rouge. When her waist naturally thinned after pregnancy, corsets got tighter across Europe. When she rode horses in tailored riding habits, the Alexandra riding suit became essential for noblewomen. Anything she touched turned into fashion. Anything she wore became a rule. But there was one thing Alexandra never expected: that her influence would outshine even her husband. While Edward gained fame for scandals, Alexandra gained devotion for elegance. Newspapers followed her outfits more closely than they followed politics. Her portraits traveled the world. Even foreign princesses kept scrapbooks of her gowns, hairstyles, and jewelry choices. But power comes with consequences. Some women in the court grew jealous. Queen Victoria feared Alexandra was becoming too loved. Edward's mistresses hated that no matter what they did, they could never match Alexandra's elegance. Yet Alexandra never used her beauty as a weapon. She used it as a shield, a way to protect her true self, her insecurities, her struggles. And it worked, because to the public she wasn't just a princess. She was a fantasy, dream, a standard. The queen who redefined beauty. The queen who created trends without trying. The queen whose fashion still inspires royalty today. She was the first royal style icon, not because she wanted power, but because she needed dignity, and through that need she changed the world around her. Fashion was never her crown, but through it, Alexandra became unforgettable. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your favorite topic you want me to cover next. Your support helps bring these forgotten queens back to life.